This video will get you started with a tour of the Yodlee Developer Sandbox and some of the core functionality of Yodlee's platform. Here's what I'll cover: the Yodlee API dashboard, the sandbox test users, the API reference and operations, and then we'll test drive the Yodlee API. If you haven't already registered for a Yodlee developer account, you can create one. It's free at developer.yodlee.com. Just click the sign up button to get started. I already have an account, so I'll log in now. After logging in, you will be directed to Yodlee's API dashboard for your sandbox account. Here, you can begin exploring Yodlee's financial APIs and how the platform can help you fuel your financial application development. There are a couple important fields you'll need to be aware of on the dashboard. First, the issuer ID. The issuer ID is like a client ID. Next, your private key. You can open it by clicking on View Private Key. The private key is used for signing requests for authorization and authentication. Next, the Yodlee API endpoint. This is the base path for all sandbox API requests. Next, Yodlee Fastlink launch URL. We will use this when we discuss Fastlink. Last is your test users. New test users cannot be registered in the sandbox environment, so 5 test users have been created for you. You can view them by clicking View Test Users. Next to each test user is a button for launching Fastlink. We will discuss Fastlink in depth in a later video, but for now, just know that Fastlink is a drop-in module that allows users to link their financial accounts to their profile in your app. Let's check out the API reference. On this page, you will find documentation and be able to test drive the Yodlee API without writing any code. You'll need to scroll down to see the list of API operations. Let's check out a few. First, check out accounts by expanding it, and then expand get accounts. Here, you'll see a sample input for getting accounts and a sample response. Other notable endpoints are providers, collapse accounts, expand providers, get providers. The providers endpoint shows a list of financial institutions supported by Yodlee. Last, let's check out transactions. I'm going to collapse this, expand transactions, and then get transactions. This shows a list of the user's transactions. To test drive the API, scroll up to the API token form. Enter your developer credentials and click Set API Tokens. Excellent. Now, let's scroll down to Accounts and Get Accounts, and let's click Try It Out. This makes a request to the Accounts endpoint and return with a response body, and here are this user's linked accounts. We can also check out transactions. Let's collapse this and expand transactions. Scroll down to get transactions and click Try It Out. Here we go. Here are transactions for the last 30 days for this test user. If you scroll up to the API token form, note that the test user was autofilled for you, but you can change this to any test user in your sandbox. I'll change it to user 5. Next, you want to click Generate Tokens. Excellent. Now let's go check this out. We'll check out accounts for this user and check out getting those accounts. And there we go. This is test user 5's accounts. He's doing okay. And let's check out transactions. Scroll down to transactions and click Try It Out. Here we made the request to transactions with a response code of 200, but an empty response body. This user has had no transactions in the last 30 days. The point here is different test users have different account data. Now that you have access to Yodlee's API dashboard, your next step will be to leverage the API outside of the dev portal. The list of Yodlee API operations on the API reference page documents every RESTful endpoint Be sure to take the time to review the operations relative to the FinTech app you are building. There's also an excellent Getting Started page on the developer portal. You can access it from the API dashboard. Let me show you. Click over to my account, and here's a Getting Started guide. Excellent. Lastly, you may also want to review the data model pages to see the attributes we return for each endpoint. You can find this on the data model page of the developer portal, and it looks something like this, sort of like an ER diagram. That's it for this video. Be sure to check out the next video, which is about using the API outside of the sandbox and JSON Web Tokens.